Hi there, it's Carrie Scroggins. It is Thursday, October, what is today? The 14th. Goodness, oh my goodness, are you serious? It's almost the middle of October. Wow, that 2 weeks flew by. I hope this finds you well. Tomorrow's the weekend, TGIF, and I hope you have some nice plans for the upcoming weekend. And you get out and enjoy this beautiful fall weather that we're having. I hope wherever you are, the weather is as nice as it is down here in Texas. So um, make it a great weekend. I wanted to talk to you today and see if I could get some feedback from anybody that is suffering with RSD, CPRS. Um, if you've had an implant, a pain pump implant, and you've had that implant removed, I would really love to get some feedback from you. How long did you have the implant? How long did it take you to get to the point where you had the implant put in? How long you had the implant? And then what made you decide to remove the implant? I've seen a few people that are in our groups that have kind of talked a little bit about this, but not in great detail. I know there are some people that are blessed enough to be able to control this disease, keep it under control, and then actually have those devices removed. I know that it's a very small percentage, but I would like to just get some feedback from you, from anybody that has had that experience and is having that blessing in their life that they've been able to conquer CPRS and then remove whatever device they've had. I know that we are slowly and surely bringing attention to this disease, but I don't think that we're anywhere close to really making it mainstream. I think we have an awful lot of work to do. And the only way that we can really start to get that out there in the public, if you will, is to start making more having more conversations with each other about all the nuances of CPRS, what it is, how you get it, who gets it, what are the steps, how it progresses. I think that it is becoming more and more um, in the public eye, and people are becoming more aware of it. But we also need to do a better job and start speaking to those in charge, especially in the medical community, because you would be surprised how many doctors today in 2021 do not know what CPRS RSD is. I just had a doctor last week who I disclosed in my personal information that I have this disease, and he looked at me and went, "What's that? I don't know what that is." And I find that absolutely horrifying that we are still in a place where there are so many people that are afflicted with this disease and doctors aren't being trained on it. And I know there's specialties, and I know there's so much information that doctors have to learn, and they've got years and years and years and years of medical school to go through. But this is a big deal, guys. I mean, it is a big deal. You know it's a big deal. I know it's a big deal. We deal with it every day, and I find it horrific that there are still doctors in our medical community that don't know a clue about what CPRS is. I just find it absolutely unbelievable and truthfully unacceptable, because you know and I know that just about anything that we do with our bodies can influence what happens to this disease. Anything that we do, and I think that we have got to do a much better job as patients in being heard, whether that means on a grass level basis, whether that means in support groups like this, whether that means going to your state and local governments. I don't know, but I just know that we're not doing a good enough job, and the CPRS RSD foundations try, but they're not getting it done either. They're just not, let's just be honest, they're just not getting it done. So I think that that's something that as patients, we need to take some of that responsibility, get out there and start talking. This is why I'm doing these videos. I hope that by doing these videos, more people start to realize and catch on, and then become part of the conversation and part of the movement, if you will, to bring attention to this disease, because we both know what can happen, but the rest of the world doesn't know what can happen and the devastating consequences that can come to fruition in somebody's life when this disease is misdiagnosed, mistreated, or just basically left alone. It can be horrible. People can die, and I think we need to also do a much better job as a group getting people to medical professionals when we see somebody and they're really struggling. I think we need to take some responsibility and say to that person, look, I see and hear some things that I'm a little worried about. Maybe it's time that you go and you talk to somebody professionally and get some help. There is nothing wrong with being able to say to yourself or somebody else, you need some emotional or psychiatric help to help you get through it. This is a devastating disease, and the suicide rates among this disease are one of the highest in the world. So I don't think there's anything wrong with saying to somebody that you care about, really, if you don't even know, but you're part of a group. I don't think there's anything wrong with just bringing that to their attention and saying, I'm really concerned about you. Can I help you in any way? Can we get you to see somebody? Because the last thing we want people to do is to make matters worse, take things into their own hand, um, and which could devastate so many people by those type of actions. So again, I would just like to hear back from you. If you've had a pump or a stimulator and you've taken it out, what led you to that point? And are you still glad that you made that decision? And where you see yourself going from this point? Do you still have CPRS, RSD? I would be very interested to hear that, especially if you've had your pain control mechanism removed. So I'd love to hear from you. Please stop by my YouTube channel. It's Carrie Devlin Scroggins, and subscribe to my channel if you don't mind. That's how we're going to get this word out, guys. It's just a domino effect. The more people that engage, the more people that we start to communicate with each other, the more we're going to get this to expand and become more of the fabric of the medical industry and get some exposure that we definitely need. So stop by my channel, subscribe, and if you don't mind, give me a thumbs up. That would be great, and I'd love to hear from you. I really sincerely mean that. I know I say that in every one of my videos, but it's important. I do hear from people, and they do appreciate the fact that somebody is trying to bring attention to the plight of people who have this terrible disease. So that's it for today. Look, guys, get out and enjoy the fall weather. It is almost Halloween. It's almost November. We're going to have Thanksgiving soon. So I hope you get out and have a great weekend. And God bless. I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.